Relationships between teachers and students are becoming more common in the Bay Area. Most of these relationships starts through text or online messages. I-Team investigator Jarrod Holbrook tells us why some believe local teacher and student communication policies need to be stronger.
And it started with just a simple kiss. And then he said, "You cannot tell anybody about this because I'll get fired, I'll go to jail, I'll kill myself, and that'll be your fault."
Andrea Clemens moved to Florida years ago after she tells us her middle school teacher, Robert Baker, raped and stalked her when she was a teenager.
He continued to increase the sexual abuse with me all through high school, to the point where he was raping me on the side of the road.
Years later, when Andrea contacted the school, she learned Baker was arrested for raping 2 other teenage girls. Unfortunately, stories like Andrea's are too familiar. Searching media reports, the I-Team found teachers and administrators arrested for sexually assaulting students have been increasing in Tampa Bay. In Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and Hernando counties since 2014, we found 17 cases. There were 3 in 2014, 8 in 2015, and so far this year, 6. In most cases, the teacher-student relationships started with a simple text or on social media.
It is a significant factor in the vast majority of the cases.
Frederick Lane is a former school board member, attorney, and spent 6 years studying teacher-student sex abuse. He wrote the book Cyber Traps for Educators.
The duty of care and the standard that teachers should be held to is no unmediated conversation electronically.
We looked into teacher-student communication policies in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and Polk County school districts. None of the districts have a policy prohibiting a school employee from texting students. Most discourage it, but it's not banned. Some districts do have social media guidelines, but many do not prohibit teachers from engaging students online. Hillsborough does have a policy prohibiting teachers from friending students on social media. Within the last year, they formed guidelines on ways teachers should communicate.
And we instruct them to only use district-approved communication tools, but we do see that there are some small circumstances where a text might be needed.
Pasco doesn't ban teachers from texting or engaging students on social media. They only discourage it.
Why the choice to discourage it and not prohibit it?
I can't really tell you, what the thinking of it. Even if we prohibited it, the consequences would be the same as they are if we discourage it and they do it.
Local school districts do have ways for teachers to communicate in computer portals where students and parents can see all communications. Districts that lack clear-cut policies run the risk of enabling the bad behavior, according to Fred and Andrea. Fred calls the problem an epidemic.
You could quibble with whether or not that's too strong a word, but I think it's defensible in terms of both the scope of the problem and perhaps more significantly, our delay in treating it.
It can't lead any place good. It really can't.
We're putting more of our interview with Andrea on our website. You can go to our story at abcactionnews.com. Scroll down, you'll see various video clips where she gives warning signs to parents and also advice to students who may have been sexually abused. You can also scroll and see links to all of the teacher-student communication policies in your school district. I'm investigator Jarrod Holbrook, taking action for you.